Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Yesterday started out a little bit shaky, but today actually turned out to be a really nice day. Sorry about that. Uh, I was distracted by my YouTube. I never turned the volume down and I could hear it in my head. I thought it was just the voices. Let's see who we got in here. We got two ATVs. Hi, Daryl. How you doing? Lisa Ann, thank you, dear, for coming in. Really appreciate it. Breezy's Bike Shop. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Ben's Workshop, as always. Thank you, sir, from across the pond. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, stupid ads. Hey, a bear's got to get paid. My OnlyFans didn't work out. Sorry, I got to have the ads. Hey, Bocce, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Just waiting for the ads to run. Yep, I appreciate y'all watching them. Renegade's Garage, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. Kejon, how you doing, mi amigo? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Laura, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, Mater, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. I don't know about where you are at. It is a bright, sunny day out today. A little on the chilly side, a little breezy, but the sun was out. We didn't have snow. It's always a good time. So, some other good news. Finally got my new to me dishwasher hooked up yesterday. Only took me 4.5 hours to get it done. I was going to video it, but it would have been rated way above PG because there was some language used installing that thing that, yeah, yeah. Hey, Gary, how you doing? So, but yeah, the folks that owned my house before me, they did a nice job when they did the remodeling. Just the tactics they used weren't up to uh, power, I should say. When they put the new floor in the kitchen, instead of using the thin like 3/8 underlayment to putting the vinyl tiles down, they used 3/4 inch. I ended up having to cut the bottom off my old dishwasher to get it out. And then the new one slid right in. It must be just a hair shorter. But the old one was about half to 3/4 of an inch too tall to come out the hole. So yeah, we had the saws all out. We had channel locks. We had hammers. We had pry bars. Yeah. Gary says he's sore from the shop. I hear you. If y'all would have seen me rolling around on the floor yesterday for 4 hours getting that dishwasher out, it would have been a hilarious sight. But it's out. The new one's in. It's all hooked up. It's actually working. And yeah, I actually did a couple of loads of dishes just to test it out. No, Wayne, I don't have a plasma cutter. It would probably been on the list to get that thing out of there. When I first started pulling it out, and of course, I mean, if anybody's ever done a dishwasher, there's little adjustable feet on the front that twist up in. I had to use a little short crescent wrench that was just big enough to get on that thing and do it about 1/8 of a turn. About that much, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, to get that thing to wind up, to find out it wouldn't slide out of the cabinet area. So you would have loved to have seen that, Bocce. Yeah, I thought I needed a life alert. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up. So, but yeah, it was quite entertaining. Had a it was worth it though. I think me not having to get dishpan paws, I'm loving it. So, like I said, I used it a couple times. So it is working actually nice. KCB, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Hey there, Cajun. What's happening?
Just got over. Well, still got some of it. Just got over. I don't know, some kind of bug. Hey, Casey. Uh,
Wow. Yeah, Gary, you can have that dropping on K-frames and stuff, man. Hey, JP, thank you for stopping in, bud. Appreciate that.
but how you doing, Ed?
Oh, I am much better today. Yesterday, like I said, I was changing that dishwasher out, and it had me swearing like a sailor. Put it that way.
Yeah, I heard you say it wasn't PG.
Yeah. Well, the worst part was it was 2 trips uptown. Um, I got my sawzall out, my big one, and of course the blade was too long and too big, so I had to run up to work and get my little Milwaukee, what do they call it, the hacksaw. It's got like a little 3-inch blade. Got that, and then once I got the old dishwasher out and went to put the new one in, I had to go get an adapter for the water line. So yeah, but that doesn't factor into the 4.5 hours of changing it. You know, the 4.5 hours was actually getting everything cut, bent, pushed up out of the way, the old one disconnected, figuring out, and of course, I've been slowly but surely, every time I need to shut a breaker off, labeling them because they have none of them labeled. So I'm running back and forth through the house like a dummy, from the basement up, basement back and forth, flicking off breakers, trying to figure out which one shuts this dishwasher off. So, you know. So, and yeah, if anybody hasn't watched Gary's last video, his interview video, go watch it. It's a very very good video. I think it's just going to get better and better as time goes on. He did a really nice interview with that gentleman.
Or interview video, like, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. First thing I thought of when you said interview was like a job interview,
No, he's doing a racer spotlight and
right.
Sponsor spotlight on Saturdays. So
okay.
It was very good. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, my mind is not thinking right now.
I get you. So, and I went to breakfast this morning with Mark and Sandy, and Mark got some more parts for the engine, so we're going to be working on that this coming week. Good carts going fishing. Mr. Nate, how you doing, buddy? Hope weather's great down there.
Hey, Nate.
I was watching, they're having a Dragon Drive event down there this weekend. I think it was this weekend down that way, northern Florida.
Yeah, they can have more events than y'all because their weather's nicer all the time.
Yes, Lisa, I got my exercise for the day yesterday. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Nate. How he survived it? Hopefully, you got some good video.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. But
where's your chief frat today? Your little brother?
Don't know. He might be out driving his slingshot. It's been nice weather. He's been having it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he might be out doing that. And I know Mark was working on his boat, getting it ready to go fishing. So he actually may have went fishing today.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say if he was going fishing or not, but
do y'all have fishing seasons up there?
When the water don't have ice on it.
Oh, okay. So it's all year round. Because I went to Minnesota one time, and I was there for opening day of fishing season. I'm like, y'all got fishing seasons? Yeah, we can't fish certain times of the year. I'm like, I wouldn't live up
Well,
here.
there are places that, like, when they stock the lakes and stuff, the public lakes, they won't let you fish in them till the fish get acclimated to it. Because they basically don't want people pulling them all out as soon as they get dropped in there.
Yeah, no,
And
this was a fishing season, and that's for all lakes. I mean, you should have seen the cars and trucks lined up at the boat ramps everywhere. We just went riding. I didn't go fishing. No need to. You know, I was just up there having a good time. Well, fishing's a good time. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But
Well, and Gary
I was
mentioned that.
just surprised.
Well, Gary mentioned too that ice fishing is a thing there too. Um, but Gary, I still prefer to get my ice from the store. I don't see no need to go out on an ice covered lake and try to fish for ice.
Oh.
Nate says he has to put an impeller in his boat. It pees like him. What, so get over your shoes there, Nate? So, oh man. So yeah, Chad is going pretty quick tonight, but it'd be all right. And other good news, I am 17 away from the big 2000.
Hey, all right.
We are moving right along. So hopefully here in the next few weeks, we will hit that big mark, and maybe we'll do a giveaway.
Weak strain.
Yeah.
Oh, he was talking about impelling his motor. Okay. He said boat, but I figured he was talking about outboard.
Yeah, it must be the water pump impeller that he's talking about.
Yeah, it is. They got the little piston at the back of the motor on the starboard side.
Yeah.
And that lets you know when you're pumping good. You don't have to look at the exhaust like that, I know guys that used to trawl in the shallow waters and haul by, they had the piston run from there. They had it modified from there, attached to the side of the boat by the steering wheel where they sat, where they could keep an eye on it. If it stopped, then they was checking, see how deep the water was, or because the tide changed, not much, not 6 foot, 8 foot like the ocean. And in the Gulf, you got like a 2 foot, foot and a half, 2 foot tide.
Yeah.
And it's not real fast. It's not real fast. It doesn't rise real fast. It takes a while.
Right.
Or go down.
Yes, Bocce, it is no numbers March, but it was in my email. So when I checked my email, it had my subscriber count there. That's the only numbers I've checked this month. If y'all don't know, I haven't been watching my numbers. I've just been putting videos out and not even I've been answering comments, but not been going on to TubeBuddy or anything and watching my stats and watch time and all that kind of stuff. I figured if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm just going to put the videos out and do it. So, but yes, it was in my email. Well, I guess the email come Friday. I checked it today. Because I'm still expecting a email back from a possible sponsor, and they haven't got back to me in a couple weeks, so I think it's dead in the water.
Well, at least you didn't get too excited about it.
Right. Hurry back, Nate. We're gonna miss you, and bring me a beer.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but yep, it's getting warmer here. Getting things done. enjoying being outside. You know, uh, like 3 or 4 days last week, I had the garage doors open at work. And well, Thursday, I had to have the garage door open at work because when they were pulling everything out in the morning, the spring broke. These are 12 by 14 doors. And so we had to put it all the way up and leave it up.
Oh yeah, those spring type garage doors.
Yep.
Old timey. I remember those.
Yeah. Well, it's got a garage door opener on it, but when it got about halfway up and they went to stop it, they stopped the opener and the door come crashing down.
Ooh.
So.
Well, it was 72 here at noon when I got up. I got up at noon today. I took a nap yesterday at noon. And my nap was from 12 noon, 11, no, 12. And then I got up today. Yeah, it was almost 12. So you do the math. And then,
yeah,
that's before I was sick as a dog. And so I went and laid down. I figured I'd get up in time for the auction at 6:30. Man. That Missy says she tried to wake me up. I don't remember that, but she said she tried to get me up twice for that big auction. Once a year we got 24 hours of sleep without getting up.
Yeah.
So I was dehydrated. And I had a lot of water in me. So last week it happened. No, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, same thing happened.
Well, so that's what sucks whenever I get sick or whatever. I can't sit around or lay around. It actually makes my back and everything hurt worse than it does on every normal day. So I got to get up and move. And when I was married years ago, that's one thing my ex hated. I'd have, bronchitis or whatever, and I'd be trying to be out in the garage or wherever and doing whatever, and she'd be yelling at me, "You need to rest. You need to lay down." I'm like, "Woman, if I lay down anymore,
I'm gonna get bed sores, huh?"
you're gonna have to get a chiropractor to get me fixed.
I was up yesterday morning till out and about, for I don't know, about half an hour with my neighbor. He was doing something with his truck. He laid his truck on its side, and he was trying to see what he could do to it without bringing it to the shop. Hey, Mr. Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Cajun. What's going on?
Oh, not feeling good.
Oh, no.
But I'll be all right.
What are you doing, Ed?
I'm reading.
What are you reading?
The chat.
Oh, I thought maybe you were reading story time.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing? I was reading Lisa's comment there about wanting ice cream, but she's out. I just went to the grocery store today and I bought me 3 different kinds.
Did you?
You were thinking about ice cream, and then all of a sudden Thomas jumps in.
There you go.
Yeah, right? I went to Dairy Queen yesterday.
I was going to do that last night, and our Dairy Queen hasn't went on its summer hours yet.
Ours just opened up a couple of days ago.
Well, ours is open 365 days a year, but they have their summer and their winter hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think their winter hours are like 8 o'clock or something like that. And it was like 8:30, 8:45. And I'm like,
at night?
Yeah.
Well, I walked in. I looked at the prices. I turned around and said, "Nope, not this year. I ain't paying that kind of money."
I used to like it when I worked offshore. When I was a crew boat captain, we'd jump up on the platform, and they had a soft serve ice cream machine. Just about every oil rig or platform has one. You put this liquid cream, you pour it in there, and you press a button, and close the top, and it makes ice cream, soft serve. And all the cones are there, and you get you a cone. And if you wanted your own dip, wanted to dip it, he just brought you some of that shell stuff, whatever, and pour it over it. Or sometimes somebody would buy some, and leave it there.
I was looking at the prices for like kind of one of them Sundays. It was like almost $6.50.
Oh
I said,
God!
yeah. Well, the ice cream, like a medium ice cream, is like $4 something.
Ice
I
cream
went to
cone?
yeah. Oh, it's stupid. Chris, I
So,
remember when an ice cream cone, big ice cream cone was like $1.25. So I went to the farmer's market here, and they make ice cream there. I got me like a they got small and big, but she went like big on it, small for me. $2.50. I said, imagine that, huh?
I don't mind going to Dairy Queen every once in a blue moon and getting, a good like banana split or, something like that. But I do prefer just, going to the store and either buying the little cup, quart, or pints of it and, different flavors or, half a gallon or something like that.
Hey, channel name, how's it going?
Hey, Breezy.
Hi, Antonio.
Hey, Antonio.
Antonio.
So,
where's Mater? He usually pops up in here. Well, yeah, Mater.
He was in there earlier. He said hi.
No, I mean, he usually pops up in the panel.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I did the other kingpin yesterday there, Ed.
How'd that go?
Same as the other one. I pounded the bushing out the bottom with no problem. Trying to get the one out the top, though, what a pain in the ass. I ended up cutting. It's just like the other side. I had to cut it like 3 different places to get it out.
Yeah.
But I unwrapped a whole new one. I covered it up with grease. I pounded the new bushings in, and I just packed the thing with grease there and shoved it up in there. Put the top piece on. Put the nut and bolt on. I started hammering. I took the old Milwaukee. I started hammering down. And it's like, I was sitting there going back and forth with it, and all of a sudden it stopped. I'm like, oh, shit. And I backed it up a little bit. It's like, oh, man, I hope I didn't screw up the thrust bearing thing.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't.
Well, I'm hoping I didn't crush it.
Yeah.
All I got to do now is I look at it like the whole front axle. I don't know if I could tighten it up or I'm going to have to might have to order a new bushing. I don't want to have to take the axle off and put a new bushing in it. I'm hoping if I just tighten up the nut, it'll fix it.
Cajun style chicken. That's what Crystal made her Cajun style chicken.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the comment.
It's up about half a dozen or so.
I don't see it.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's not up here. He don't want to show himself eating. That never bothered him before in his life.
No, that's way up
there. I chased the rabbit around today, so.
Did you?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. M&M's? Oh, some Raisinets?
Oh, they're good, ain't they? I like them.
Missy loves those, but the store don't have them hardly.
I get them down at Dollar General, like $1 a small bag.
Yeah. At Family Dollar, they got, that's our most convenient one. We pass by it all the time. The Dollar General on the other side of it, and we don't hardly go to the east side of town. There's nothing there. Fruit slices. Oh, yeah, dehydrated.
No, these are the gummy.
Oh.
Sugar-coated fruit slices.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dehydrated. You think I'd be eating healthy?
What are you thinking of?
I don't care.
Jeez.
I don't care for uh.
I keep getting told I should be eating healthy.
Yeah, I thought so, Crystal. I had figured that. Uh, I never did like gummies. Never. I mean, they came out after I was an adult, though. You know.
Right.
But I didn't like a whole lot of candy when I was a kid. I was kind of choosy, you know, like $1,000,000. I mean, $1,000,000. Yeah. It was called $100,000 bar. It was
Yeah.
now it's numeral 100,000. They changed it after a few years. I love those. You know,
Oh yeah,
my,
100 gram bars.
my parent got me one. He was like, "You want a candy bar or something?" He got down in the store. I was messing with some tubes he gave me. So he gave me a whole one of them roll up tubes from like 3/16 up to 1 inch. Gave me that, and I was a kid, you know. And hey, you know, I would tinker with my bicycles and stuff, you know. Anyhow, he was like, "You want a candy bar?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What you want?" I said, "You know, pick something." Uh,
A bag
and
of
he
M&Ms.
came out with this $100,000 bar, and that's when they just came out when I was about 6 or 7. And man, I fell in love with them $100,000 bars.
The 100 grand bars and the
100 grand, I mean, yeah, 100 grand.
and the Zag nuts.
What?
The Zag nut.
Yeah, I remember them.
I don't remember that. I remember Zero. The
Yeah, these
Zero
are,
bar.
they're like a kind of like a toffee in the middle, and then it's like a coconut something. They're different. I
I
love
think
them.
I know what you're talking
And it has
about.
like nuts covered with something, and they had the stuff in the middle.
I think I know what
You
you're
know what
talking
I had
about.
a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago? I had one of them Milky Way bars. I ain't had one of them since I was a kid. I didn't finish that, man. I took one bite out of that. And it's like it got stuck. I couldn't swallow it or nothing. I was sitting there trying to chew on it, chew on it, chew on it. And every time I tried to swallow it, it got stuck. I was like, that's enough of this.
Oh yeah, Lisa. I am a gummy bear fan also, but
At school, I remember the candy machines. They were a dime.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Whatever happened.
for a full bar. You know.
Yeah.
But
What
this is
happened to
back.
them?
This is back in 1970, 71. So yeah, a dime. And then a Coke was a dime or 15 cents. You know, for what was them small bottles of Coke? 7 ounces or 6
Yeah,
ounces,
yeah.
something like that.
We got the
They
one
were,
store up here still has that old machine with the 10-cent Cokes.
yeah, oh yeah, and you pull it out of the
Yep.
you open a little bitty door this wide,
mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
it goes up and down, and you can have your choice, but mostly they were all Cokes. And you had to pull. If you let it go, you lost your dime.
I remember those machines, and there was a hack to those machines. You could empty out one of those slots for a quarter or whatever it cost you. All you had to do is push the bottle in, lift up on the top roller, and you could keep pulling bottles out as they fell down.
Huh.
Because there was 2 rollers that kept the bottle from coming out, and the top one was the lock one.
And that was the straight up and down machines, not the one
There-
that was laying
yep.
down, right?
Yep,
Okay.
there's like six bottles. You know, the lid was pointing out at you. You open the little door, and there's like 6 slots. If you pushed in on that bottle, lifted up on it after you put your quarter in, you could keep pulling bottles of pop out.
I'll be done.
Oh, the one we got here
now-
is
now
one
that-
of the ones where they're laying in the like the little barrel thing. It only goes like one at a time. That's it.
Well, if you didn't hold up on that little top roller, then yeah, you could only it would drop back down and latch. But if you held
Right.
up on it, if it was just mechanical. If you just held up on it, we keep pulling more bottle. Of course, that's the rumor. Not that I would ever do anything like that. That's
Oh,
dishonest.
yeah.
No, not you,
Yeah.
never.
I just heard that's what you can do.
So
Then they had the
where's
ones
Kobe
that the
tonight?
Coke machines that were sitting down, and you lifted the lid, that aluminum cover.
Mhm.
You lifted that, and you put your money in right there on the top to the right side, and then you selected which one you wanted, and they were hanging. They were hanging by like the bottle cap,
Mhm.
and you moved it to the front, you moved it to the side, and you brought it, and then you picked it up. You lifted it out like that.
The ones I always hated was the potato chip machines that it screwed it out. You'd always have the ones that got stuck.
Yeah.
Well,
I got hauled out. I don't know how many times because I used to sit there and just smack the thing and try and make it rock so it'd fall out.
well, years back at work, they had a new Coke machine. It's when we still had Coke products. Now we have Pepsi products. But when we had Coke products, it looked like a glass refrigerator.
Yeah.
You could see all the pop in the machine. And when you put your money in, this little carriage went up and went across, and your bottle would drop into this little basket, and they'd come over and drop down and drop your soda into the slot.
Hey, Ken.
The kids found out that if you
Hey,
tipped the
Ken.
machine, the bottles would fall out.
Oh.
How many broken ones would you end up with?
Well, they're the plastic, 20-ounce bottles.
Yeah.
So they would just keep rocking the machine, and they'd just keep falling and falling and falling and falling and falling, and they'd empty the machine out. Those machines went bye-bye real quick, like 2 months.
Oh yeah, when whoever servicing them wasn't getting no money in the money box,
Mm-hmm.
in the coin box, or whatever, and he was adding a lot of product. Oh yeah.
Well, then we have a different company that does our snacks. There was 2 male dorms, and the kids knew what day they would fill the machine. Apparently, somebody in that dorm had a key, because as soon as they filled the machine that night, the machine would be open, emptied, shut back up. All the money that was in the machine would stay. They wouldn't take the money. They'd just take all this everything.
Would we know that somebody?
No, I don't know who it was. It was one. We're thinking it was a student that lived in one of the 2 dorms.
Yeah. No, he was an adult at that time. It was at his school.
Yeah, where I work at.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't need to do that. He was making money.
Right.
He wasn't starving like them students were.
Those students aren't starving either.
Yeah, well, if they're living in a dorm, they're not starving.
Yeah, so I went to the farmer's market yesterday. I got that. They make pizzas now. So I bought 2 pizzas, and they're darn good. Homemade pizzas.
Yeah, we can. We can't see you, Jeff. We can see this much of you.
How about now?
No, we can't see none of you now.
How about now?
Yeah, we can see you now. But you moved your camera earlier. You were in view, but your camera moved up. No, move it down a little bit.
Boy, he's being mighty picky, isn't he?
No, I just like to see who I'm talking to. I like to look at somebody in their eyes. There you go. Oh.
Take care, Antonio. Thank you for stopping in, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can you see me now?
I feel better when you humor me. Thank you. Yeah. All right, Antonio.
Careful what you ask for there.
My pit's cancer. Oh, his dog's cancer. Okay.
4 BLT sandwiches and 4 hot dogs. Now, those individual sandwiches, Thomas, or are you making BLT hot dogs?
He's making BLT hot dogs and sandwiches.
Wait.
Oh yeah, okay. Good thing we can't see you either, there,
Oh,
Ken.
4 BLTs. Oh my, and 4 hot dogs. That boy can eat.
See, that'd be a loaf of bread right there.
Yeah. When I was younger, like that, I could eat too a lot and never gain weight. I mean, I was a cook in 2 different restaurants, and like offshore, you get whatever you want to eat offshore. On them platforms. Eat as much as you want, especially that ice cream. That soft serve. But my metabolism was so high. It's still kind of high, but not like it used to be.
So where's Krabby Man tonight?
He was talking about working on his boat, so he may have went fishing.
Oh,
I know he's been itching to get out. So
Yeah, I missed his video live stream while I was sleeping. So, oh,
well, he didn't do one last night.
you didn't? Oh, okay.
But,
I need to get my days and nights straightened back out, man.
well, days is when it's light out, and nights is when it's dark.
Yeah, I'm talking about sleep time.
yeah,
It's been weird for me. Weird.
Tell that to the internal clock.
Yeah. I need to go in the woods for a week, way in the woods, with nothing, no electronics, nothing,
Yep.
not even a watch. I can tell time by the sun. I don't need a watch. I ain't wore a watch since I was, I don't know, 21, 22, 23, maybe something like that. It
Did you
always tell
see the
time
new
by the
law they
sun.
just passed?
New what?
New law they just passed.
New law?
Yeah, they made it. It's a new law now. They're gonna keep daylight savings time for I guess the summer. They're gonna make it permanent.
They're gonna make daylight savings time permanent. Somebody was talking about that.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
In a
What
video
is
I
the big
watched,
deal
but it
about it?
wasn't. I don't think it was a recent video. It might have been.
I seen it this morning.
Well, it don't matter what time. I mean, you set your clock. The sun's going to rise at the same time every day and set, a minute later or a minute early. It
Yeah.
depends on the winter solstice or the summer solstice. It's still going to rise and set same time, but
That's it. Yeah, it's going to be dark at night and daylight during the day.
Usually, huh?
I know. But I guess the people like the idea of this, not going back an hour like in the fall. Because when you fall back, you gain an hour sleep, okay, for the next day if you 9 to 5 guy, whatever. But the idea of it getting dark at 5 o'clock, you get off of work at 4 or 5, it's dark. Your banks are closed anyway, most of them. Some banks close at 6, though. Drive-through closes at 6 on Friday. So people got time to cash their checks and stuff. But it gets dark at 5. You get off of work. You ain't got no daylight to do nothing with. And right now, it's still bright daylight, and it's 6:30. Well, 20 to 7, something like that. But it ain't gonna get dark till 8, which that's a good thing. Somebody get off of work at 5. They got 3 hours to go outside and do some, I don't know, scrape their house for painting or whatever, cut their grass.
Well, I know here in midsummer it's still lightish at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. When I lived in Tucson in the summer, at 10:30, 10:15, you could still see. You could still see.
Right.
That's why.
And
if
wish
it
the
had
weather
been,
will warm up now.
no, wait a minute. I think no. If they would have had daylight savings time at 10:30, you could still see. But they didn't have daylight savings time in Arizona. They don't have it. So it was at 9:30. It would you could still see. If they'd have did daylight savings time, it'd have been 10:30. That's what it is. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I mean, but in the wintertime, now it gets the way the time changes and stuff. It gets dark about 5 o'clock. So if we're an hour ahead, it's going to be getting dark at like 4 o'clock.
An hour ahead. No, it'd be 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it'll be getting darker earlier instead of 5.
It'd be 6.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, we're in daylight savings time now.
So
That was the last
which
weekend.
one is actually the real time? Now or before?
That was last Sunday it changed.
Yeah, last Sunday it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
which one is actually the real time now?
So we jumped ahead an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it gets dark later.
Yeah.
Like in the fall, you fall back. If it got dark at 6, then it got dark at 5. You didn't have time to do nothing outside. To see, I mean. You had time to work in a shop or something with fluorescent lights or whatever, but you couldn't go scrape outside of your house to paint or change a fascia board or, whatever.
I wouldn't be doing that in the middle of winter anyways.
Yeah, right? Might be a little chilly.
Yeah, that's right, because it gets cold in the fall over there. October, it's cold up there. November, it's cold. Down here, it's still kind of, it's T-shirt weather.
Most T-shirt weather all the time down there, ain't it?
No, not this year. Not this winter.
Well, it used to be.
Well, you got a warm winter, then you got a cold winter. You get a couple warm winters. It depends on your body frame and all that. I used to be I'd get cold for nothing. Now, it's like normal, I can hang in a T-shirt and 60 degrees outside. Used to, I couldn't.
Yes, Bocce. I learned from Mark's mistakes. I will not put you in timeout unless you're a bad girl.
And that old sciatic is.
How is that a mistake? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
What mistake? I learned from Mark's mistake. I don't know which one.
Mark put her in timeout one day by accident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it won't start getting light out in the wintertime until 8:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's a complaint in certain areas of the United States when the time falls back. In October, November, the kids are catching the school bus in the dark.
Yep. Well, there's school buses I see now out at 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, picking up kids.
I see school buses out at like 6 in the morning here.
Yeah, they got so far to
And
travel.
about
They
7
got to
o'clock
pick
at
them
night they're
up.
going through.
Well, I think some of it's because the lack of drivers on some routes, not having backups, so they have to double up routes. So they have to pick the kids up earlier.
I want to know whatever happened to the days where you walk to the bus stop.
Hi, Roadrunner. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Roadrunner.
That's nothing more annoying than that. You're going down the road and you got to pretty much go house to house, and then you got to stand there and wait for them to finally wander out of the house.
Yeah, that's why I leave for work so early, because I get caught behind buses like that. And of course, I'm out rural, so they don't walk too far. I mean, there will be the houses are a little closer together, but the one day I got stuck behind one, and the bus would literally pull up out in front of the house, stop, turn its lights on,
and you got to sit there and wait for the kid to finally come out, meander down across the road, get in the bus, and then you got to wait until he has his seat. Then he goes to the next house about 75 feet down the road and you got to do it all over again.
Yeah, uh, they don't have separate bus stops. Like it's almost in front of every house. Usually,
Yeah.
nowadays they well, and back then a little while back, if the bus stop was over, you were lucky if it was in the front of your house. But usually you have to walk 2 blocks to get
Yeah.
to where the bus
Yeah.
picks
It's
you
like
up.
everybody was on this one corner. When the bus came, you
Yeah.
got on the bus.
Yeah.
You were standing out there. You weren't sitting in the car sound asleep or the bus come. Mommy had to shake you, wake you up, get you
Yeah.
out of the car.
Yeah, on bad days, yeah. Rainy days or
Yeah.
whatever.
Even I lived out in the country, and the kids that were old enough, we would have a couple of them, a
Look at
couple
Nate.
houses meet in the middle there.
Yeah.
Woohoo, Nate! Thank you very
Ooh.
much, sir.
Boom, 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 boom.
I remember back then when the bus come up the street, if they didn't see you standing out there, the yellow lights would go out and they keep going. Now it's like they stop and they sit there and wait and wait and wait.
Mm-hmm.
You need to teach these kids, you're holding everybody else up. Don't be an ignorant idiot. And, well, you
Well,
know what I mean.
like Redneck Garage said, he's seen them out at 5:30 in the morning. That's probably why, because it takes kids 5 minutes to get from their house to the bus.
Yeah.
Heck,
I'm not sure. Wasn't there? I don't know about out there where you are, Ed, but I thought there was a law where when they're doing their runs, it's against law for the bus to back up. They have to go until they find a place that they could turn around.
Turn around.
Yeah, because I got one. It's like rather than sit down the street here at like the town hall or pull into the big parking lot across from it, comes up the street, backs in, and sits at the intersection right in front of our house here, like right in the middle of the intersection, and waits about 5 minutes or so, and then goes and does a route. It's like,
yeah, I know they're allowed to like back up into like to get turned around, but I don't know if they're allowed to like back up and pick up kids or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe out in the country or something,
yeah.
Not in town, I wouldn't think, no.
I'm gonna make believe he didn't write that.
And I don't think they can because, if you got a car behind you,
right.
I mean, the bus driver can see a car, but if that car is close enough to the bus, which they're not supposed to be, the bus driver, even with the wide angle mirrors, can't see that car, and if he starts backing up and then the kids are running toward the bus and then, yeah, something's going to happen.
Can they had school buses, but they were pulled by horses back in.
Yeah.
They look like a Conestoga wagon.
That's when everybody had the old TMC, the C60s.
Mm-hmm.
For years they had them. And where I lived back then, they bought 3 Dodges, and that was it. Nothing. They didn't buy Dodges again. And then they bought the 5 Internationals.
And that you grew up in warm weather, brother. So if it snowed, I can believe you had to walk uphill both ways with no shoes on.
Yeah.
I rode the short bus.
Yeah, the only thing is there's no hills where Nate lives.
He grew up in Virginia, so there's hills in Virginia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some definite hills down there.
He was in warm weather. He was in warm weather, Virginia.
Originally from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll get cold over there.
Yep.
Every now and then, like South Carolina, Georgia, parts of South Carolina, they in our same like planning zone, for the temperature zone. North Georgia, parts of South Carolina, they in my temperature zone, planning zone, all that. I don't know how that works, but it works. Man, that's how it is.
You know what I found on Marketplace too this morning? I found me the undermount cultivator set for my tractor, like $125.
For a under what?
Well, they made like the 3-point hitch cultivators, and they also made one that mounts underneath, like the old Farmall 140s.
Oh, the belly bars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only thing is,
my Super A had the belly bars, 2 bars under it, under the belly, under the engine.
yeah, the only thing is, it's all the way up the top half of Maine. It's like this guy puts on like one piece at a time. He's been selling stuff for weeks now, one thing at a time.
That'd be a nice vacation for you, Jeff. You can go up to Maine and get some
Shit,
clam chowder.
That's one hell of a road trip.
Yeah, I am not dragging a trailer up to Maine with this stupid Jeep.
Put it in the back of the Jeep. Take it apart.
It's already apart as far as it'll go.
Put the back seat of the Jeep down.
It don't have a back seat.
You're not going to get any more snow, so you're not going to be plowing. Just take a nice little road trip up. And, like I said, get you some clam chowder. And somebody say Maine? Yeah, Jeff said Maine.
Yeah, I think Bill's up there.
Thomas said that they used dinosaurs when you were in school. Jeff, was that true?
Yeah, well,
Or they
Thomas is like somebody else that isn't here tonight. Talk too much.
They had the Rockabilly school bus from the Stone Age, Flintstone style.
Or were they phasing the dinosaurs out and using horses?
That's when they started with the mules and the wagons.
Lobster. I got a buddy of mine up in Maine on that island. He lives on that island. And he's a lobster fisherman, buddy of mine. His name's Roger.
Get some rock lobster.
Well, I found me a truck. I found me a 1974 Ford down here by me. The guy listed it yesterday. 5,500.
79 Ford?
75.
75. I'd rather the 78.
Yeah, 75 with the old 361 and a 4-speed.
351.
No, 361 was back at 75.
361?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
V8?
Yep. They had a 361 and a 391.
I don't remember the 361. I remember the 351 Cleveland and Windsor.
Yeah, that came out in 77.
Oh, okay.
And the U-Haul trucks back then, they had them 330s like the F600s and stuff had.
So is it in your driveway?
No, it's not.
How much they want for it?
55.
Must be in real nice condition.
Well, according to the pictures, what he sent me, it looks really good. And this truck was listed about a year or so ago. It was over in a different town, but it's on here now. I was going to take when I come home tomorrow, I'm going to stop there and look at it. I wasn't going to go all the way down there today because, 4 hours a gallon. I'm not driving around. I ain't got to.
Right.
If I figure on the way home tomorrow, I'll stop in, check it out. If it's as nice as it looks, I'm going to call up my friend that wants to buy the Jeep and tell him, hey, I'll bring the bill, say I'll bring cash. It's yours.
Hey, Sam.
I would take Briggs up on that offer of that 1-ton he has, that crew cab, for $1,000, but with a big block, there ain't no way.
Not nowadays, huh?
All right.
Gas is finally starting to creep up down here. When Missy got gas a couple of days ago, it was $4.
How come, Nate?
$4.13 a gallon.
Don't do that, Nate.
Yeah, don't do that, Nate.
It's fun to watch you and Johnny every now and then.
It's hilarious.
Yes,
Crystal?
I know. I'm on his laptop. It's his account, so that's why I didn't change the name.
Hey, Crystal.
And do
Hey,
you
boo.
have permission to be on there?
Don't care. He's got his computer outside, so he can get on there under that anytime he wants.
Well, that's not the question.
Oh, he finally. I mean,
Yep.
Best Buy finally came
Yeah.
through. That'll work.
Well, 6 of one, half the other. We paid to get a new case and an extra cooling fan on it. That wouldn't fit.
Yeah, he told me he got a little
Oh, the
higher
new stuff.
model.
Yeah, it's the video graphics card, and there's two parts that are updated. One of them is the video graphics card, so that if the computer decides to start doing what it was last time, he can still run the computer off the graphics card.
Right.
How that works, I have no idea.
No, he did. Yeah, he told me it was.
Yeah.
Well, he told everybody it was in his live stream a week ago or so.
Well,
It
we
was
had a live
five.
stream.
He had to put $500 more, pay $500 more for the upgrades that he had wanted.
And he got that money back.
Really?
Yes, he paid for a new case and the cooling fans, and those would not go on the computer he got.
Oh.
The computer he got was the same, almost exact same thing. So
Oh, okay.
they just weren't made to fit that style. So he got the money back. Hi, Nate.
Okay.
Well, I got somebody that's telling me to buy that tractor out by you, Ed, and he'll go up and pick it up.
Well, pick it up.
Well, I don't know if I really want to do that, though.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crystal.
I was just making sure because I've got Ed running on my phone, so he gets a view from me. I'm just making sure that I've got that little bitty bit of volume on it. So.
I had a 66 Ford. That one had a 352 in it.
Yeah, I remember them.
V8. Remember those? And
Yeah, you can tell he's out in the garage watching.
3 on the tree also.
Yeah, they made them to what, like 1970 or 69 or something?
I don't remember when they started and finished the 352s. I just know, that 66 had it. Oh, and let's see, a buddy of mine, he had a 65, I think it was, and he had the 352 in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, Renegade.
I've been kicking around. I've been kicking around the idea of trying to get my 94 back running. My old Dodge.
Oh, you got it. You got to get the old 94 going.
Hey, you have a lurker. He's back. He's listening to you while he's setting up his ultrasonic cleaner. Because I lied. He just walked in.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what's hard about that? You pour stuff in it, you plug it in, and push the button, let it go.
Renegade's garage, he said, my dad had a 68 with a 352. Yep, so they did make them there. Hey, Mater.
Yep.
So they did. Yeah, I don't know when they quit making those. I guess when they came out with the 351, they dissolved the 352.
I just started to washcloth with really thick yarn. Ugh.
A washcloth?
Yeah. It'll end up. I can get this off now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Missy made a couple of washcloths already from, crochet.
Yeah.
I said, what you ought to do is make one that's real tight, tight stitches, and then put like a zipper on one side or something. And then that way we could put little bitty pieces of soap in it, stack them up, and that would be a nice washcloth, a double washcloth. And then when the soap ran out, you just add a few more little pieces of soap in it.
Yeah, people do that. There's I forgot what it was, but there's a charity organization that they actually want you to make their soap bags. When they want the real itty bitty tight stitches, like this yarn calls for a 6.5 millimeter, they would want me to use a 5 millimeter on it to make it really tight and tiny. and then they give those out to the homeless with soap in it, and all they have to do is like the hotel bars and stuff like that. They can
Right.
just add into it, or the little pieces of soap.
Yep.
I know there's some place that did it in Oklahoma. I just forgot what it was. And I'm not sure if they were nationwide or not.
Well, I mentioned that one time, about doing that, and somebody in the comment section was like, "Oh, that's nasty," like, they're talking about like mold and stuff. That stuff don't get moldy. You take a bath every day and all that. And,
No,
everything that soap's gonna clean it anyway.
yeah, I had one that I did that with because we had a bunch of Dove bars, and I, get them down itty bitty, and we hung it in the shower. Well, when it only got used by me and one other person. When we didn't use it, it got put against the wall until after the last shower of the day, which out of 5 people, that's a bit. And it just got left there. It dried. Next night, okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. Thomas, all which you ate.
Yeah.
Hell, I could eat a sandwich and I get sleepy.
We just had some cheddar broccoli rice, the north sides. And my chicken was boneless, skinless thighs. I put salt, pepper, Cajun seasoning, and garlic powder on it, and cooked it.
I
Flipped
almost
it.
want to fire up the oven and throw that pizza in there.
Oh boy, pizza! I hadn't had a good pizza in a while.
I'm kind of laying off pizza. For about 3 weeks, I was having pizza 2 or 3 times a week. So
Yeah.
It gets old, doesn't it?
well, different kinds. I get like Little Caesars, and then I get like a take and bake, and then I get a frozen pizza, and doctor them up and everything else. But
Yeah.
Oh,
But after a while, it's just like for about 3 months when I was 19, all I ate was ramen. And after a while, there's only so much you can do with ramen.
I
yeah,
don't think there is any Little Caesars around here.
Yeah, we
We
lost
got-
ours.
we got one. And they have the $5.
I dropped 20
Special.
pounds in that 3 months. So,
Ed, you mentioned Mark was was doing an engine here in the near future. Is that single cylinder?
I don't know which one I know he's been working on his twin that he had last year, doing head gaskets and stuff on it. I'm getting real close to finishing up his Pro V engine. There's just a couple little issues that I've got to work out with it, but nothing major. But only a few more parts and it'll be ready to fire up. So, but yeah.
Did he get a replacement yet for the one that blew?
No, not that I know of. He
Okay.
hasn't said anything about. He's messaged some people about him, and
That's why I'm thinking that's probably the one y'all gonna be working on in the future.
Lisa, that sounds good except for the Sprite. I got to have my Coke. I'll admit.
I'd rather 7-Up than Sprite for some reason.
Yeah.
I like Sprite, Sierra Mist, 7-Up. I like the cherry 7-Up. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
So
Because when I grew up, we had 7-Up. And that was it.
Yeah.
Sprite
Yeah.
came out when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. But before that, when it was a Christmas party or something,
You had
I mean,
Sprite.
that's all they had. No, that's all they had was 7-Up. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all you could get in the stores was 7-Up. They didn't have Sprite on the shelves when I was a kid.
well,
Yes,
I also like the Squirt
Squirt's good.
and Mellow Yellow.
That's a good one. The Squirt was the orange one, wasn't it?
No, it
kind
was
of
a
yellowish.
it was like a lemon lime type, but
Oh, okay. Well,
it had
yeah.
a bite to it.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
a Mountain Dew and Sprite, Mountain Dew and 7-Up together. It was,
Squirt.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what it
okay.
reminded me of.
Oh,
I like-
okay.
I like
Citrus.
both better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lemon lime. Yeah, like
Yeah.
7-Up and Sprite. And the thing about Sprite and 7-Up, they don't have no caffeine in it.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
If I want something without caffeine, I'm gonna go buy root beer.
And none of the dark caramel coloring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I gotta watch how much of that I drank.
Really?
I'll send you a couple of birch beers we got here. They're white birch beers.
That'd be
Some
good.
what?
I like cream soda too.
Oh, I used to love that as a kid.
Dollar Tree has one. It's vanilla cream soda. It
Mhm.
is not as heavy, but it still is smooth. I love it. And
Well,
they
I
had
used to
one
like-
that was orange cream that did, no, that was not good.
I used to like the
Yeah.
IBC. I used to like the IBC root beers and
Mhm.
cream
Oh.
sodas, and then they went out of business. And now Dr. Pepper, I think, picked them back up and is making it again. But it's hard to find. I know Sam's Club has it, so a friend of mine has a Sam's Club membership. I'm gonna have him pick me up a case of the cream soda and the root beer.
Yep.
Y'all remember Yahoo, that chocolatey
And chocolate
drink in a
soda.
bottle? They had a Yahoo bottling plant at Kaplan when I was growing up, and that was big and big job. The biggest place in town for jobs. They employed a lot of people,
Oh yeah.
and I loved Yahoo.
We had a place that made shocks and struts. And then and we also had a Delta faucet. They-
Oh yeah, plants, yeah, factories.
They packed up and went to Mexico.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I was never a big Yahoo or Yoo-hoo fan.
450, 459 cc engine.
What about the chocolate soldier? Did you like
Wow.
that?
Mhm.
Yeah. I liked it better than Yoo-hoo. And it's basically the same one.
Root beer popsicles, yes.
Yes.
Root beer popsicles and banana popsicles.
Oh, it is Yahoo. I was calling it Yahoo.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo
Yes.
was the one that had the like funny looking straw on the picture, wasn't it?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
It was in a bottle and it
And
had a
yellow label.
yellow label.
Thomas wants to know if anybody remembers Jolt. Yes,
Never
Thomas.
even heard of it.
Yeah.
Before I started drinking coffee, my morning routine was to stop at the gas station, like 2 blocks from where I worked at, 2 Jolt sodas and 2 Otis Spinkmeyer double chocolate fudge muffins. And I would eat both of those muffins and both of those Jolts before I got into work. And I'd be caffeinated and sugared up.
Oh boy, you were going triple speed, huh?
They used to have this powder that you put in milk called malto milk.
Mhm.
Malt and then
Yep.
the O and then milk.
Yep.
I didn't care for that. I preferred Hershey's chocolate powder that you put in milk, or the one with the bunny on it.
Nesquik.
Nesquik.
Quick.
Yeah.
That
And then they
malted-
came out. Then they came out with the strawberry Nesquik. Oh yeah, I like that too now.
I hate to say it, but the malto milk tastes.
Yeah.
Well, I got one. My grandmother had bought some about a month before, so they were still in date. She had me fix one. I said, "What is this?" She said, "Fix you one and do it." Slim Fast, Ensure, and the generic versions that they have. That is what it tastes like.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It had an aftertaste,
yeah.
like it, no sugar in it or something.
I don't know. It was just, it tasted to me, it left a chalk and a coating on my tongue.
Chalk. Yeah. Yeah.
I could not.
How about cocoa wheats?
No.
Huh?
Cocoa wheats. It's like cream of wheat, but it's chocolate.
Never heard of it.
N-
Oh yeah, I
Never.
have seen that.
Never saw that. I remember cream of wheat. Yeah, Mama used to buy that in a box and cook that
Cream
up
of wheat
Box of
and
that
malto
sitting
milk.
up there right now.
sometime. That's mush. That's all that is.
Yeah, and you got to eat it quick, otherwise when it gets cold, it's like, yep, I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns into a cake.
I agree, Lisa. Those are good.
cocoa wheats and cinnamon toast, homemade cinnamon toast.
Oh
That
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Butter and cinnamon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Missy does that. She buys cinnamon all the time. She keeps it in the spice cabinet. She
I
makes
put
cinnamon toast.
I got the cinnamon and the sugar, and I pre-mixed it. I would put 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and 1 1/4 tablespoon of sugar in there, and then I would just slather butter all over it, and then I put the sugar on it and walked away and left it. I love it.
There's Miss Missy.
Yep.
My baby.
I used to
Hey,
do
Missy.
cinnamon and brown sugar on toast.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's sweet.
We only got brown sugar in the house if somebody was baking something that required it, and I was the one that baked.
Mm.
So most of what I had was, you go get me a box of this, get me this, and get me this.
Yeah, we buy the box of brown sugar. There's a
Mhm.
bag in the box, but
Yeah,
or we buy the bag of brown sugar, Domino.
Yeah.
It's in a box or a bag. But Missy bakes a lot, so we got plenty of brown sugar. We got the little pieces of the bags left, and then she'll get another bag, save the pieces of that, and then
Yeah.
when we call for 2 cups, then she'll empty the pieces out the bags,
Yeah.
to make like 2 cups. So, and I
Um,
use brown sugar when I bake too.
there's something that you can do, put in the bags to keep it soft. But it looks like a piece of pottery, the terracotta planter that you have outside.
Uh-huh.
It looks like that. It looks just like a round disc that looks
Yeah,
like,
it holds the moisture. Terracotta
Yeah.
holds moisture. Yeah.
and that's since Missy bakes a lot, break up a couple of pots.
We got some too. Them terracottas. But
They
we
actually-
keep ours in the refrigerator in that.
Yeah. That
You
helps.
just had an 8-course dinner there, Thomas.
Well,
Yeah.
they also make them little discs like that you can use. That they make them to put down in your cup holder. So like when you put your cup of cold stuff in there and it drips,
Mhm.
it soaks up that water, so the water doesn't lay in the bottom of your cup holder.
Cup
Yeah.
holder.
See, I have this
Like in
little
your
thing.
car.
It's called a napkin.
Oh, yeah, cup holder. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
It-
but napkins get nasty and crusty. These
Yeah.
things here, they're awesome. They sit down in your cup holder, soak up that water, and it just like slowly evaporates out during the day.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
and
I-
it's terracotta.
I think that's what it's made of. A
Yeah.
lot of business. There were around here. Some businesses were giving them out as promotional things,
Oh, okay.
like
With their-
drive-throughs and stuff.
Their name printed on it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Compliments of.
Yep.
Us. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, guys. It's been almost an hour and 15 minutes. I think 2 ATVs is going live after me tonight. So
Oh really?
I got some stuff to take care of
Well, that'll
before
work.
he goes live. I appreciate everybody coming in and saying hi, hanging out with us. And
Does he do a panel like you do?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Missy,
Oh,
he took himself to the garage. He's not in that much trouble with me yet.
Well,
So-
see you guys next time.
Well, it's only 7:15.
Bye,
you,
guys.
Jeff.
I'll have fun.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all flute out. Thank you for having me up, Ed.
Later,
Ed.
Ed. Thanks.
See y'all.
Bye.
See y'all over at